Hi guys, Larissa here, and I have been making some holiday cards, and I wanted to share with you this really fun idea that I came up with using the Tim Holtz blueprint little mini stamps. I think it'd be fun to do the big blueprint stamps with this as well, and I've seen the new Easter, Valentine's Day, 4th of July set, and I think a lot of those stamps would lend themselves to this technique as well. So anyway, I want to share with you what I have come up with. I came up with using the blueprint stamps to make a 3D card. So hopefully you can see this. The little tree pops off the page, and then you have the blueprint background. And then I've also done it here with the cute little acorn, and I used the dry Distress Stickles rock candy up on top. And I did that in 2 different colors, and I love the way that it looks. I think it's so fun. And then I also did it with the little snowman little stamp, and I love the way the little snowman looks too. So anyway, I want to share with you how I've come up with how you do this, because the stamps themselves aren't exactly symmetrical, so you're going to have to cut the edges to make it more symmetrical. And then I've also made several other stamps and die sets. This one's from W+9 with the little heart in the middle. And then I've also taken a Hero Arts tree stamp. This one is from this little set, and this is what I came up with on this one, and I love the way that it came out. It turned out super cute. And then I also did a 3D technique with just a die. This is a Simon Says stamp die, and it's a really fragile tree, and I went ahead and backed my felt on to some cardstock and then cut it out 3 times to make the die a little more sturdy, and then I was able to prop up the edges to make it a 3D Christmas tree. So I don't know why, but I'm in love with Christmas trees this year. So anyway, let's get started, and I'll show you how I did this. First, you're going to take one of the stamps, and I'll show you the Christmas tree here. And if you can see, like I said, the stamps are asymmetrical. So when you go to cut them out and you go to fold them in half and put them together, you will have to do some cutting. So first, I went ahead and used VersaFine black ink, and you're just going to stamp your image. So you're just going to take your stamp, your Christmas tree, and stamp it out. And I did layers on each of mine to see how many I liked. On this one, you can see it's just 3 layers. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then on this one, it's 5 layers. So depending on the look that you like, your Christmas tree, how full you want it to be, that's the difference. So again, this one's 3 layers, so you'd stamp it 3 times. This one's 5 times. You'd stamp it 5 times. On the acorns, I did it 5 times for each of my acorns. And then for the snowman, the same thing. It depends on how you like it. This one, again, was 5 times. And then this one, I only did 3 times. So you can see the difference and make your decision on what you like the best. I found 3 and 5 were the ones that I liked the most. So anyway, once you get all your images stamped and cut out, I went ahead and took my distress markers and I just colored in the image. I took a lighter green and colored the whole image, and then I took the darker peeled paint and just made little streaks across the tree, kind of to go along with the edge hash marks. And then, as you can see, I put these two together and I cut the edges away. When you first put it together, this is what it's going to look like on the one edge. Let me get a piece of paper here. Hopefully you can see that. You're going to have all of these frazzled edges, and the other side's going to look like this. So you're just going to take your scissors and you're just going to cut away the excess white paper that you see on either side of your Christmas tree. And this doesn't take long at all once you get to go, and because usually you only have to do about 3 or 4 cuts on each Christmas tree. So anyway, you're just going to cut away on both sides any of the white that you see, and then you'll turn it over and you'll do the same thing on the other side. So you'll just clean this edge, and this is just to make it so that it's equal on both sides. Okay. So once you get done, it'll look like that. And then what you're going to do is take your distress marker and go back in and color the edges black so that you can't see any of the white paper showing. So hopefully you can see I colored all of the edges black. And then the 2 edges that you have, you're going to cover them with, I just used score tape. So I covered the whole back with score tape. And then you're going to take an image that you stamp and cut it out whatever size you want. I colored the ornaments and the star with my distress markers, and then I added some of the rock candy glitter. And then you're going to take your Christmas tree that you've cut out and you've got all the edges colored, and you're just going to remove the one side. You only want to remove one side. So we'll remove that, and we'll take it to our little sheet here, and we'll line this edge up with the markings on the stamp and press down. So only one edge is attached at this time. And then you're also going to want to attach tape to the binding. So you're going to remove the binding tape, and then you're going to remove the tape on the far edge. And this is where it gets a little tricky, because your Christmas tree is now wider than the stamp itself. So if we were to stick this down, hopefully you can see how much further over this would lay. So what you want to do is push up on the image and line it up with the stamp. So you're going to push up on the binding, push your finger in there and line it up with the lining on the stamp, and then use your fingernail and go in on that binding and push it down so that your Christmas tree lines up exactly. And then you can take the 2 pieces that you have that pop up and fold them up in the center, and you don't have any gaps at the top, hopefully you can see, or any gaps at the bottom of the tree. It's completely flat. So then you have this beautiful 3D little Christmas tree that you can add to the front of a card. So anyway, hopefully you guys find this fun, and I hope you'll give it a try. If you do, I would love to see what you come up with. And if you have the larger stamps, I would love to see how it looks with the larger blueprint stamps, because I think it would just be awesome. I didn't want to spend the money for the larger ones. I just went ahead and splurged on the smaller set. But I think this, especially with the new ones like the heart and the 4th of July star, and even some of the other images, the Easter egg, the Easter bunny, I think some of those are going to be so much fun to do with this technique. So anyway, if any of you guys out there have them, please give it a try and show me what you come up with. Thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous, fabulous day.